I think we're live. Oh shit, we're live out this oh man. That was pretty brutal. Let me go ahead and sign into this chat to bring this up. I will start off by saying fuck Euron. I kind of mentioned it in the chat, but we kind of see, I believe, what is the end of him in that preview. At least I want to believe that. Man, fuck you, Euron, you piece of jeez. Give me a second. Alright, that should bring up the chat so that y'all can see it on the screen. I gotta do the same thing to the other one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, let me switch real quick. I will be starting very shortly. Very shortly. It's a crazy episode. It really is. What's going on there? There we go. Alright, cool. Let's bring up the chat. Oh, man. I thought we were going to be able to make it out of the episode with no fucking deaths. Nope. Nope. Shout out to all those people who are like, not enough people died in episode 3, you know? It was supposed to be a war, not enough. Well, fucking there we go. I feel like Daenerys is losing more than anyone else. Any kind of actions, and it, I'm obviously going to sort through them within this next 45 minutes, but any sort of action she takes in the next episodes, and I know, I'm a super fan, but you kind of have to rationalize with her a little bit. She's getting to the point where she's lost everything. I thought she was going to fucking die right then and there. I was like, yo, Cersei really is about to murder everyone. Tyrion just said it 10 minutes ago. Cersei's about to kill everybody. They're all going to die except for Jon. He's the only one there. Like, that was so stupid. She took like 50 soldiers and went to go stand face to face with fucking Cersei. Of all people. Of all people? Like, really? Come on, Dany. Jesus, that was insane. The episode was good. A lot of things happened that I didn't want to. So, it's hard for me to get super excited that I'm about to get to talk about all the stuff that I didn't want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Gee, fucking it. Let me go get some damn soda. I'm going to go grab some Coca-Cola, and I'll be right back. We will be starting soon. Hopefully the audio is good. The picture is good. You guys let me know in the chat. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's only 2 episodes left of Game of Thrones. Here, I'll switch it to this screen first. There's only 2 episodes left of Game of Thrones, and we are getting a successor show, at least one. Well, we likely will get multiple ones, but one of the only ways for you to have, Game of Thrones content is by subscribing to myself and many other Game of Thrones YouTubers here on YouTube. So go ahead and make sure you click the subscribe. Go ahead and click it. We got a goal of 100,000. We're like 14,000 shy of that. I know we can do it. Get Sir Hunt's that silver fucking play button. 3 years of hard work. What? Oh, well, making YouTube videos. Not really hard work, but yeah. We're going to be starting soon. Let me go grab that soda. Jesus. Fucking insult. Rhaegal's dead. Rhaegal's gone. Someone really saying, is Rhaegal dead? Hell yeah, he's dead as a fucking doornail. He's in the bottom of the ocean. Like, Jesus. And you know what? I don't know, I'm like, I always get my book stuff mixed up here, but Euron being the Kraken, it's a little bit ironic that the dragon was killed at sea. I mean, come on, man. Not only through the fucking heart, right, and just immediately gushing out blood, but then through the side of the face. The whole episode, they're showing him. Oh, look. His holes are healing. The holes in his wings. He's gonna be all good. He's gonna be ready for this battle. No, right in the fucking chest. Right in the. What the fuck, dude? Come on. You guys were bitching about not you guys, but certain people were bitching about not enough fucking death. This is what happens. You get what you ask for. There's still 2 more episodes left. 2 more fucking... I know it's not just me because I'm a super fan, but there's got to be millions of us that are literally this whole fucking episode. They're like, I just want it to be over. They're too long. They're too long. It's too much intensity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the edge of my seat for too fucking long. Too long. So it's like, it's really good, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, I hate having that on edge feeling for so fucking long. The entire time Daenerys is out in front of King's Landing, I'm like, yo, some shit's about to happen. These motherfuckers, I don't know how, but Qyburn was able to source the entire 7 Kingdoms steel to make these fucking ballistas and put them on every single corner of everything. It only takes one of those to take out a dragon, and you're 50 feet away and you're just talking, and Tyrion, you're a fucking moron too, because she was about to have them killed. Like, bro, what the... People are... They just don't care if they die, I guess. Like, it really doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You have people to do that for you. This is, too intense. Whew. Please, slap a like on this video. Make sure you're subscribed, and then turn your notifications on. Long night. It's coming. Long night's going to be here in like 2 weeks. Make sure you subscribe. Man. Hell yeah. Cliffhanger. Fuck yeah, that's a cliffhanger. At least in the preview, though, we see that she doesn't die right there. She makes it back. We see her sitting in the throne at Dragonstone. So, yeah. Oh, man. I guess we should go ahead and talk about it. Dracarys, Missandei. What the fuck? What the fuck is that shit? At least they gave us the dignity of blurring it out, right? When we see her dead corpse leaking blood everywhere behind Tyrion, it's out of focus. So we don't actually have to see, you know, what just happened. I thought she was going to push her. I honestly felt like pushing her would have been a bit more dignified than just being beheaded and then them falling separately. Like, that was brutal, dude. And then everybody watched it. I'm pretty sure that's got to be, like, in top 5 most brutal deaths. Aside from, like, Robb at the Red Wedding being, like, the most brutal. Damn. Or, no, I guess Jon Snow's death was the most brutal. Speaking of which, what the fuck is going on with Daenerys and Jon this episode? Like, I knew Jon was going to bend the knee. I 100% knew that. I've been saying that in like all my videos. I was like, bro, he doesn't want the throne. And now everyone seems to have this idea that it doesn't matter what you want. I mean, it's... If he says, fuck you guys, I'm not going to take the crown. You know what I mean? That's another thing. It kind of feels like this animosity or whatever you want to call it is sort of just made up and it's going to be just killed out. Like killed out meaning like someone's going to die. Like, that's the only way they're going to deal with it, because they're putting it on the table and they're making it seem like there's no other options. It doesn't make sense why Daenerys wouldn't be like, I mean, you can tell who you want to. I've already got the army. I'm in the best position to sit the Iron Throne. You don't want it. We can get married and both rule. There's no reason to be like, I want it. You can't tell anybody. That's kind of stupid. Why would you do that? Doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't want it. I don't know. It just feels complicated. Like I said, any moves she makes, though, in these next few episodes are going to be somewhat, even if it's crazy, which I know it's going to be crazy. That's what they're hinting at. She's about to become the Mad Queen. Or at least that's what they're making it seem like. And remember, these episodes are so long, anything can sort of change. That shit was crazy, dude. Like, you know what? Okay. And I know I've said this. I know I said this at the very beginning of this live stream, and I was like, there's so many things that I didn't want to happen that happened in this episode, so I got to be careful to separate that from me saying, oh, it wasn't that good of an episode. There was the whole scene with Jon. That sort of was like out of character. First of all, they've been dating for like, what, 4 episodes? I know it's been a different amount of time in Westeros, but everybody needs to take a step back and breathe for a second. And I've never been through a battle as intensive they've just been through. I haven't even been through half the shit that they've been through. Mind you, they're made up characters, but everybody needs to take a chill pill for a second. I kind of felt like a little bit of Daenerys' dialogue when she had that one-on-one with Jon Snow finally when they're about to fuck, and then Jon's like, I don't want to do it, you're my aunt. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't really like what Daenerys was saying there. I need to rewatch it. I don't know if it's fair to say that it was poorly written, but I will say that it does seem a little bit out of left field for her to say some of the things she was saying. I kind of felt like it's just manufactured drama just to sort of get us through episode 4. They have to sort of fill it with something, and then episode 5 and 6 is going to be like hardcore all action. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know. I need to rewatch that scene. I need to rewatch it. And it could be just because I don't personally agree with what she was saying, and that's why, you know, it's easy to be like, oh, it was bad, that was poorly written. No, that's, you got to rewatch it, you got to remove yourself, got to be impartial. I'm saying this out loud and reminding myself of this. Real quick, I can't remember if I did this holy fucking shit, 4,000 people watching right now, god damn. Sir Hunt's going on a motherfucking tangent. I bet y'all could probably see my face a little bit better. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna leave up this this little screen right here. Wait, what the fuck is that? I guess I can't see myself. Whatever, I'll just do it this way. No, it's not gonna work. I need to be able to see the chat. There we go. There we go. Bam! Alright, cool. So yeah. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, shoutouts. If you are in the chat, go ahead and type right now. I'm gonna try to read as many names as I can as fast as motherfucking possible. We got Rolo, Aaron Snow, Adam Covington, Altered Penguin, Anna Rita Rodriguez, Andre Christie, Andrew Navarro. Holy shit, that's a lot of super chats. Goddamn, thank you very much. I'll get to those in a second. Andre Christie, Andrew Navaria, Angel Valise, Anthony Atwood, Anthony Evans, Media, Arya King, Austin Cooper. Speaking of which, Gendry, Lord of Storm's Inn. I gotta say that almost every single fucking person that I personally, I mean, I guess I wouldn't even say that, because no, it wasn't that. Like, I was going to say everybody that I personally know that watches Game of Thrones called that he would be Lord of Storm's Inn, but that's not true. There's, like, only one person. I feel it. Maybe it's because I've said it so many times. I feel like that's a very common theory in the fandom, and it sort of just came to fruition. I hope Arya turning him down and then saying, you know, obviously she proposed to him, and I'm just going to continue with the shout-out here in a second, but I hope Arya turning him down doesn't turn into, because she also said that she doesn't plan on coming back to Winterfell. We know she was going to go west of Westeros, but she was also just overprotective of her family. I hope she doesn't die in the process of trying to kill Cersei / the Mountain. And also, that's another thing that was heavily, I guess it's because we've spent so much time watching Season 7, we knew where Season 8 was going to go, but everybody fucking said it. Arya's going to go to kill Cersei in King's Landing. What hasn't really happened yet, and I guess it will, because Jaime left, is Arya's gonna do it wearing Jaime's face. And we all knew Sandor was gonna go kill his brother. That's why they can't rest. Maybe Sandor will leave with Arya if she does go west of Westeros, if they, yeah, there's no way they're making it out alive. No fucking way. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna pretend that. Arya maybe, but definitely not Sandor. Alright, continuing the shoutouts here. B-Mac, Biggie, Bradley Hughes, Bran, D.Y., I guess Brandy, Brandy Lynn, Brooke Salt, Bruna, Bertolucci, Candy Tumbleson, Carla Fernandez, Carrie Hammond, Cat NY27, COCO1, Chastity Munez, or I think I said Munoz? I don't know. Shell Evel, Chandra Fox, Christiane Gunn, Claudia Zaragoza, Coco Loco, Critney, Crystal Morse, Dale Yang, Dalston Espinoza, Damian Wilkinson, Donna Klug, Daniel Hollingshed, Danny Lopez, Dawn Anna Nickel, Derek Tyler, Diane the Wolf Panther, Diego A, Don Croxon, Dante Williams, Echo 9, Edmonton, Memelers, Ethan M, Eugene Hayton, Faustina Wright, Gerard McLaughlin, Gigi Sunshine, Gilbert Torres, Gita Spiano, Ice Holden. Alright, and I'm gonna do the rest part of the way more so in the stream. Holy shit! Damn. Alright. You know what? We already sort of talked about Gendry Arya. So I guess the next thing will be, and I wrote in all capital letters there. I don't know if y'all can see this shit, but Bronn shows up. Fuck Bronn! It was like, I was writing it as it happened, so I like, Jaime and Tyrion are talking. So I write that down, pause it. Then I go back. Bronn shows up, pause it, write that down. And then instead of writing Bronn pulling the crossbow and holding Jaime and fucking Tyrion hostage, I wrote, fuck Bronn, because fuck Bronn, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. He was already paid, if I'm not mistaken, right? He took the gold. Literally, Qyburn said it's sitting outside. Take the gold. What's going on? What is he trying to do? He's trying to take the gold too? Like, what the fuck, dude? I thought one of them would have died right then and there. Like, there's so many moments where you think someone's going to die. I think we need to learn from that not everyone's going to die. Maybe some of them are going to survive a little bit, at least furthermore into the episode. I don't know. That's the one thing that I'll say about this, and it's not even a real gripe with the episode. It's just that it was too intense. Sometimes those intense moments lasted a little bit too long. And obviously ending on a cliffhanger for the Well, I guess they didn't really end on a cliffhanger last week. Ending on a cliffhanger, you know, come on. Like, we only have 2 episodes of this. So like I said, make sure you are subscribed. I'll be making a Song of Ice and Fire content for the foreseeable future. So, you know, turn those notifications on as well. Oh, man. Let me jump into the super chats. Holy shit, there's a bunch of them piling up. Thank you to everybody who sent the super chats. Let's see. We got one from Jesse Fernandez, and he or she says, I honestly feel like Jon will capture Cersei at the end of the episode, and then she kills him while she surrenders. Then Arya comes and kills her, the bittersweet ending they talked about. I thought Sansa was going to be the one that got captured. I thought the Golden Company would have been up at Winterfell. It definitely makes more sense for Cersei to keep them as close to her as possible. There's definitely still the chance that they betray her. I don't think if Jon captures Cersei, there's no way for Cersei to turn around and then kill Jon. That's not possible. She got captured. She sucks at fighting or any sort of, you know, getting her way out of cuffs. So that just wouldn't happen. If that does happen, then Jon didn't really capture her. You know, I'm not going to even mention those, and maybe that's what you were sort of hinting at. There are some leaks that do need to be going through. Not even leaks, it was a fucking picture that was probably fake as hell. But at this point, we don't really know because Jon is headed south. So yeah, that picture might be real as fuck. That whole scene might be real as fuck. And it takes a bunch of speculation that I won't be doing in this live stream. Because for one, we only got like 20 more minutes. And also, there's probably a bunch of people who don't want to hear about that shit. Alright. Thank you for that, Jesse Fernandez. Then we got one from Anna. And she says, Missandei's Dracarys was to Dany to burn them all. Hell yeah. That's exactly what she was saying. I think that was extremely brutal. I'm glad that they used the blur effect so that we didn't have to watch it really happen. Like, it was like we sort of saw it off screen and then we just sort of see her out of focus. Yeah, that was fucking intense, man. I'm still sort of reeling for that. Missandei has been one of those characters who's been on it for such a long time. You sort of forget that there's a chance that she could die. You prepare yourselves for the death of the main characters. You prepare yourself, at least for me, for Daenerys, Jon Snow again, Tyrion, Arya, Sansa, any of those main characters. You sort of prepare yourself for that, but those side characters sort of catch you out of fucking nowhere. I wouldn't even call her a side character. I mean, she's like the top tier. She's been in a bunch of scenes this season. That was definitely one of the unexpected ones. And I will say that out of all the leaks that came out in the 2 years they were filming season 8, maybe one of them might have briefly mentioned it, but no one said she would be fucking beheaded and then pushed off from the top of King's Landing's walls. Holy shit, that's such a crazy death. Jesus. Thank you for that, Anna. Then we got one from Sammy, and he or she says, I want Jon to disembowel Euron slowly. Hell yeah. Thank you for that super chat. I could not agree with that more. If Jon doesn't do it, maybe one of the dragons instead. One of the dragons. There's only one dragon. It's going to be hard to fucking get used to that. Goddamn. And I like how Amelia Clark was literally just on Kimmel a few days ago, and she's like, Episode 5, watch out. Episode 4, bitch? What are you talking about? You goddamn lost a dragon. I guess she had to say that. She can be like, oh yeah, I'm going to lose pretty much everything, all the rest of the stuff that I have in the next episode. But yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, what I want to happen with Euron, I don't want him to burn. That's too quick of a death. I want Drogon to pick him up and rip off one of his arms and then throw him into the air, and while he's in midair, bite him in half so that he's like still alive that whole time for like those split seconds, just excruciating death. And you know who's gonna watch it? Fucking Cersei. I want Cersei to know she's about to die next and just watch that to Euron. And that sounds brutal, but hey, fuck those guys. Like literally, fuck those. That's how good you know the actors are. If you want to just say, like, if I was given the chance to do it, I would do it. Like, obviously not, you know what I mean? But yeah, Jesus, that's insane. So brutal. I agree with that, Sammy. Thank you for that super chat. Then we got one from Stevenson Sajor, and he says, I'm speechless, bro. Same here. Same here. I know I'm talking a lot, but really, I don't know which one to be more upset for. Like, Rhaegal, we thought that was going to be Jon's dragon, you know. I will say that it's a little bit unbelievable that all of those people would just willingly rant about Jon being king for that long in front of Daenerys, and then she get jealous of it. That's one thing that I don't get that. Why wouldn't she go over there and be like, hell yeah, that's my man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is up with that shit? I don't know. I think she's confused just because she's lost everything. Everybody never has the chance to deal. So every single person, every single character on the show is going through like PTSD times 1 million and never getting a chance to cope. And they're all still like, they all just fucking survive this crazy battle. And you know what? The next day they wake up like, we're going to chug on some wine and let's go fucking continue doing this shit. No one wants to take a breather. Like, that's one thing I agree with Sansa. Of course, she's, you know, running out at the jaw again. But one thing I agree with is that she was saying you should give your army more time to rest. I feel like if she had have followed Sansa's advice, maybe Rhaegal and Missandei would be sitting in Winterfell right now. You know what I'm saying? Just wait a little bit. If anything, if Cersei had came up north, which she wouldn't have, because she wants to keep her army and her troops as close as she can to her, if they had waited a little bit, obviously Euron wouldn't have been able to ambush them the same way, but maybe the ball would have been more so in their court. They would have allowed for the Dornish army and Yara to, if not meet them at Dragonstone, come up to Winterfell, and then they all sail down there. Like, I know Dany wants it to be over, but come on. And Varys and Tyrion with the motherfucking plotting, dude. Like, those are some plotting assholes. They're sitting there gossiping like some women. Some damn women. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. That's crazy. I like how Varys, the dickless guy, is a chauvinist and like, well, maybe it is all cocks. And Tyrion's like, I mean, you of all people should know that's not necessarily the case. Yeah, but, I mean, come on, dude. It was so much that everybody was plotting. And I will say this, I already tweeted about it. Ghost is only put in episodes so that we can complain about how little Ghost is put in episodes. So we can make memes about it, and we can just fucking be like, oh, did you see Ghost? He was missing an ear. At least he's not dead. He's missing half his fucking ear. And now he's going somewhere where we'll likely never see him again. He's going north of the fucking wall. Come on. Like, I get it. I know. Budget. But I'm just saying. That's what it seems like. It seems like Ghost is put in the episode just so that we can complain about how little Ghost was in the episode. Like, they intentionally put him in the background of scenes. Jon didn't even walk up to him and say bye. He was like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Like, I thought he was going to run up and go all full throttle and run up to him and be like, hey, Ghost, I miss you, boy. You're going to go north of the wall. Which, speaking of which, north of the wall fucking sucks. It's frozen as hell. They want to go somewhere that's even more cold than where they currently are. There's no food up there. All the rabbits are hibernating. What are they going to eat? Frozen fish and fucking polar bears? Horse meat? They're going to cannibalize each other like the damn Thins? It makes no sense. Whatever. Oh, man. I forgot. I was doing the super chats. Where was I? Thank you for that, Stevenson. Oh, wait, no, I did the one. I was starting the one from Sammy. Sammy, thank you for that super chat. And here she says, Var needs to come kill Varys like yesterday. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Couldn't agree with that more. I mean, I don't know if he deserves to die, but he does deserve to be checked. It feels as though because Daenerys sort of removed Tyrion's balls halfway through last season and then this season by telling him, fuck your plans, you're not as clever as you think you are, he's lost confidence in what he's saying. Because Season 5 Tyrion, or Season 6 Tyrion, would have been like, hey, Varys, calm the fucking down, dickless. Calm down. Like, you're actively plotting against the queen. Do you remember when she had you shaking in your fucking boots when we first got here to Dragonstone, and she finally got a chance to talk to you? She said the first fuck up. She put him on probation. She said, the first time you screw up, buddy, I'm going to roast your nutsack, or where it used to be, alive. What is he doing? Running off at the goddamn mouth. Come on, bro. Get your shit. Varys. He's almost up there with Euron. Not quite. Like I said, I don't think Varys deserves death, but I do think he needs to be checked. And Tyrion would have done that if he had the confidence still in him. But he didn't. Everybody's calling him an idiot. He's known as being the clever man, and no one's listening to him. So yeah, I don't know. Although he wasn't that clever walking up to Cersei. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Some random dude goes, knock. I'm like, hey, fuck you, random guy. Cersei didn't even say anything. And then she puts her hand up, and then she puts her hands down, and I'm like, hey, bro, that means fire. That means fucking fire. You put your hand down. Nobody fires. Instead, they unknock their arrows and socket them shits. Like, come on. It's so intense. I had to scratch my nuts, in case you're wondering what I was doing. I was just scratching my nuts. Oh, man. Jeez. Alright, I'm going to jump in the chat. I'm going to start taking questions from the chat here. If you could please start typing questions. If there are any mods available, please pin the most repeated questions, so I can try to get to those as much as possible. I'm going to take some more super chats first. We got one from Zaliax Cordero. Thank you for that, and I know I just butchered your name. Sorry about that. He or she says, told you about Tyrion and Bronn's offer. If you did leave that comment, it was you along with like 500 other people. But they all left that comment. I know which video you're talking about. It was like, I did like Game of Thrones Season 8 in-game, and I had Bronn in the thumbnail holding the crossbow. Everyone left that right before what I followed up with saying, which was Bronn and Tyrion did have an existing deal, so their friendship. I didn't exactly say the way you put it, but yes, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I feel like that scene was just thrown in there to be like, hey, Jaime and Tyrion can die. You know what I mean? Let's keep that real. I don't think he would ever have really killed them. He just wanted to see if that still existed. And I don't even know if that deal is what kept him from doing it. I feel like it, I mean, obviously that's the way the scene went down, but I feel like there's still a little bit of him that is friendly. Like, he saved Jaime's life and he didn't have to do that. He tried to say that it's because if he went back to Cersei, having lost her brother in an open field, like, it doesn't make sense. I think what it is Bronn just wants to fuck and drink and just, you know, live his life, but then the Lannisters keep dragging him back into it, right? So just empathizing a little bit for him. He's trying to bang 3 girls at once. Qyburn shows up and say, hey, here's an offer from the queen. I got, like, your body weight and then some in some gold outside. Go do it. You can't really say no to Cersei. You know what I mean? So he didn't really have a choice. And then it's like, I don't know. I hate Bronn right now, so it's too hard for me to empathize him. But congrats on calling that one. Thank you, Zalazex, for that super chat. Then we got one from Sheena. No message. Thank you for that, Sheena. Then we got one from, holy shit, where did I just lost? Where were we? Okay, there we go. No message with that. Thank you, Sheena. Then we got one from Milky Milktastic, and she says, dude, Sansa annoys me. I actually, when she did, you know, speak out of turn, I was a little bit annoyed with that, but I agree with her. They should have waited. They 100% should have waited. If they had waited, Euron's punk ass would have been shooting in the air, not at a dragon. So I don't know. I agree with her. She did annoy me in the sense that she still considers Daenerys an enemy. What's clueless to me, and I think the only reason why they're writing it this way is so it'll be more of a reveal later. If Daenerys doesn't die, and both her and Jon Snow make it to the very end, and there's still that whole, who's gonna sit the Iron Throne, this rusted chair that literally brings death to every person that has access to it. If they're still debating that, the marriage will solve it, right? So they're wanting to leave it out of everyone's perspective. Sansa, really Tyrion's the only one who's making sense, and maybe he's the only one that says it, and that's because he dies in the end, so it'll be like they're following his last wishes or some shit. But every single character aside from Tyrion, marriage is not popping up in their head. Even the 2 people that it involves, Jon and Daenerys, not one time have they said, oh, let's get fucking married, and then it won't matter. We can both sit the Iron Throne. That hasn't been said once. I think the main reason why is because when it happens in the show, if the show ends like that, if that's like the final moments or some shit, or if it happens in episode 6, which will be here before you know it, we only have 2 episodes left, and I guess that means you better subscribe. Subscribe. Let's get Sir Hunt's that silver motherfucking play button. Let's do this. But yeah, not only that, this is like me and a bunch of other Game of Thrones YouTubers. We're the only places you're going to be able to get content from. So, you know, for Game of Thrones, this is the end. This is the end. We're having a successor show, but, you know, I'll make videos on this show, like, forever. You know what I mean? I actually just ordered a custom license plate for my vehicle that says Fire and Blood. So yeah, there's that. I got House Stark tattooed on me. I'm just showing you my dedication. I will be making Game of Thrones content, so go ahead and subscribe. Let's see if we can't get to 100,000. Oh man, I'm starting to get full of myself. Let me take that down a notch and have a sip of this Coca-Cola. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. Such a good show. I love this. All right. I'll do a couple more super chats, and then I'm going to jump into the actual chat, and we'll start taking questions. We're going to get into the 15-minute mark of this live stream. Holy shit. We got a $10 super chat from Sarah I, and she says, unpopular opinion, but I think Jon will be a better ruler. You know what? I don't think that's unpopular as you think it is. I think I mean, the way that I took it down as notes is the way that I'm not going to say it here because I need to articulate it more. That's just my first impression. I guess I could say that. My first impression is when everybody's sort of reminiscing, when they're having that dinner, after they have like the 10-minute opening scene of them burning the fucking bodies, which, speaking of which, highly unrealistic that it would take them that long to get away from burning flesh. I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, dropping the fucking torch and moving back as they do it, because come on, that shit smells crazy. But yeah, anyway, when I was a kid, I had a wart removed on my finger, and the way they did it was like they gave me 2 shots right here, and then they fucking took this drill. It was like a spinning drill, and they go through and they like cut the wart out from the root or whatever. And I smelled my own flesh burning then, so I can tell you. And I've lit my hand on fire several times, lighting cigarettes and just being drunk and stupid. Yeah, burning flesh stinks. So yeah, they should have gotten the fuck out of there. But getting to what you said, Sarah, I don't think that's as unpopular as opinion as you think. I think the moment where Daenerys realizes that she's alone and she just sort of gets up and walks away and she sees that the people sort of want Jon to be their ruler over her, the way that the show's being written right now, it makes you think that Daenerys is unstable. And this was something that we all thought they were going to avoid. Like, Targaryens, when they're born, the saying goes, you flip a coin. They're either going to be batshit insane or relatively normal. They'll still want to fuck their immediate family, but they'll be relatively normal. You know what I mean? And sometimes they turn out insane. And I think what they're going for with Daenerys, just from the few scenes we've seen in this episode, she might be in an isolated mindset, and she's pushing away all the people that she would normally have listened to. She's pushing them away. So she's not only making herself alone, but everyone else in the camp, because they're Northerners, are sort of leaning towards Jon. I don't disagree with the statement that Jon would be a better leader. The fact that he doesn't want it would make him be a better leader. The fact that Daenerys craves it and she's willing to end a relationship, even though she told this, not necessarily end a relationship, but if it came down to it, in this episode, it sort of seems like she would kill Jon if she had to. I know she wouldn't, but I'm just saying, it sort of seems like that. She's putting the Iron Throne above her happiness, and that's crazy to me. I think she has to lose her, I know it sounds crazy saying this, instead of losing her life, she has to lose her dragon and her army, and almost lose Jon, and then she'll realize what's important. Because sometimes it's like King Midas, you know, the guy, I don't know the actual story, but like the Disney version, this dickhead wanted everything he touched to turn to gold, and he did it, and then everything turned to gold, and he was left alone. This is sort of what Daenerys is doing with the quest for the Iron Throne. She's burning everything in their path. With Jon, she's like saying, I told you what it was, do it, and then she walked away. Instead of like trying to hook up with him again, or, you know, just sort of make up. She's sort of like, you just said you're my queen, you bend the knee to me, and she's saying, I'm ordering you to not tell anyone. And then the very first chance Jon gets, he tells someone. The worst person, arguably. The worst fucking person he could possibly tell. Because what does she do? Go tell Tyrion. Varys already fucking knew. Like, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't disagree with the statement that Jon would make a better ruler. I don't 100% get behind it. But as of right now, the actions that we've seen Daenerys take, the fact that she's forcing herself to be alone, I would say, yeah, Jon would be the more level-headed, stable ruler. Because if anything, I think if Daenerys were to die and Jon was propositioned with the point of wanting to sit the Iron Throne, I think Jon would sit the Iron Throne, but move the capital to the north. So that way he can make House Stark happy, he can make Sansa happy, and then he could also make the kingdoms happy by being their king. What would be wise is, yeah, obviously you can't leave the South ungoverned. Kick Sansa's punk ass out. Kick her out and make her go live with Tyrion. Maybe they get married. Maybe the two of them are the ones who sort of rule from the south and Jon rules from the north. Who knows? This is if Daenerys dies, and I feel like that's a strong possibility because they're sort of backing her into a character, into a hole. There's no way to deal with her other than death. Like, none of her advisors are going to be the one to do it. So if they write her into a corner and she dies in a blaze of glory like she almost did before Drogon moved out of the way, maybe that's how they deal with her character. Emilia Clarke did say that, you know, aside from the obvious, when she first read the script, she had to like walk around and get her head in a better space. She also said that the last sort of like moments that we get of Daenerys, some people might not like the taste that it leaves in their mouth, for not verbatim, but this is basically what she was saying. So it kind of makes sense if that's the route they go, with her doing something crazy that most of people like me who have been a massive fan of her this entire series sort of don't necessarily agree with. Maybe she could have handled something in a different situation, in the way that Emilia Clarke says it is sort of like it's like final. Like there's no, you know, like when a show ends, you could sort of theorize about what their character is doing right now, but with her character, it sounds like it's so final, it might be death. And like that's the last that you get of that character. You know what I mean? I don't know. Kind of some heavy shit. we got a super chat from Corey B, and this will be the last one I take for a while. I'm gonna hop in the actual chat. He says, YouTube gave me free $2 super chat. Enjoy your channel. Thanks, Corey B. Appreciate that. And thank you to YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and click that subscribe bell. Make sure you turn the notifications on so that way you get alerted every single time I drop a video throughout this upcoming long night. Because, you know, we're going to be in 2 more weeks. We're not going to have Game of Thrones for probably like another year and a half or so before we get that first trailer for the successor series, which right now is being called The Long Night. I feel like they're bamboozling everybody. I feel like it's only called The Long Night because that might be a small premise of it, but I 100% think that it's going to be something that's been listed in Fire and Blood. We're going to get something in those time periods, whether it's with Jaehaerys, who's like the greatest Targaryen king aside from Aegon. He's like supposed to be Ramses the Great. You know, like Ramses the Great was pharaoh for like 70 fucking years. They were actually, Ramses outlived most of his kids. He lived so long. But yeah, no, Jaehaerys was a king like that in the Targaryen lineage. I think it was like 50, around the time from 50 to like 75 years after Aegon. This is that something about that time period is what I feel like Fire and Blood's going to focus on. This whole series has really been about the last of this and the last of that, mainly the last of the Targaryens. Jon Snow's likely going to sit the Iron Throne. If Daenerys dies, he's the last Targaryen. With this show, they could switch it up and make everyone a Targaryen, like it was during this time period with Jaehaerys, or just in Fire and Blood in general. And then the only, you know, characters that aren't Targaryens are sort of like few and far between, somehow not directly related to them. That'd be pretty cool. And I think it would be for more story. It would give us a more interesting show. We've sort of done The Long Night. We just did that. So I don't know. Who knows? All right, super chat or pausing on the super chats, jumping into the regular chat. Hang on one second. I gotta blow my nose. All right. This is from Eugene, and he says, please address Jaime and Brienne scene. Could she be pregnant? Also, could Euron know that the baby isn't his now? Yeah, 100%. The fact that Tyrion came out and said, like, you know, you're pregnant. Oh, yeah, by the way, my dog's back there. Come here, puppy. You've been asleep the whole time I've been watching Game of Thrones. Come here, dude. Come here, bitch. Come here. Come here, bitch. He does not want to get up. He's an old man. Come here, Diesel. Are you serious? Whatever. Fine, do you, bro. Do you, bro. I was trying to make you famous. Bro. Yeah. The fact that Tyrion said, you know, he's basically putting everything out. He's like, Cersei, I know you hate your people. I know they hate you. Your child doesn't have to die. Maybe if Euron isn't a complete moron, he would be like, wait, didn't you just find out you were pregnant? How does he know? That's a possibility. That could be why Euron decides to betray Cersei. We know that Cersei's going to get betrayed. She has too much going for her right now to not have a rock thrown in. Literally a rock. Maybe somehow from Casterly Rock. I don't know. But yeah, no, she's going to have a wrench thrown into her plan. She's got too much going for her. Not only did she kill a dragon, but she also could have killed Tyrion, Daenerys, all of them right there. She has too much power right now. She's got to be knocked down a peg or two. And I think that's going to either come in the form of a betrayal from the Golden Company or maybe from Euron. Yeah. Crystal Moore says, are Jon and Daenerys still together? Yes. Why would you even question that? Of course they are. This one's from the Dark OPZ, and I'm only saying this because I feel like his dog is 420. No, he's 9 though. He's 9. He's an old man. Not to mention that we just went running all fucking day too, so he's respectably tired. It's not like he's just lazy. That was from Vicon Targaryen. Shout out to Mod Status. Okay, I just wanted to comment on this. I don't think it's really a question. I think it's more of a statement, and I probably disagree with it. It said, hashtag real talk. This is from the Dark OPZ. Scratching my nuts again. Dany is evil. Sam and Sansa telling the truth. Bran can see everything. Bran knows Dany ain't good for Jon. That's why the timing of him telling Sam, now's the time. Bran does know everything. Daenerys is not evil. And Sam and Sansa... What do you mean they're telling the truth? What are you saying? Bran can see everything. I agree with that. I don't think what Bran has seen is dire enough for him to mention to his family members about Daenerys. He sort of doesn't have any wants. So everyone just assumes his loyalty is a lie in House Stark. We assume that, but really they may lie on the side of the living. You know what I mean? Like he just is mankind's memory. So I'm pretty sure maybe this next episode he might venture back north of the wall when it's like safe and maybe take some people with him or some shit and go make out in the cave, or maybe he turns the Godswood into his new base of operations. I don't really know if I can't trust where Bran's loyalties lie, so I don't want to say that, you know, he can see Daenerys is in the future as being some evil bitch. I don't think that's the case. I think regardless of what happens with Daenerys, if she does die, there's going to be the fandom that will argue about it for 15 years because that's just how this shit goes. That, like, Dany fans will become Dany haters. Dany haters will become Dany fans when this ends. Like, the roles will be reversed. Everything's up for grabs, and no matter how this show ends or how one character ends, it's going to be debated and interpreted by many different ways and people. So I don't think it's safe to say that Bran just knows Daenerys is going to be evil. I think he maybe has seen her doing some shit, like he saw in his vision. He saw King's Landing burning. So, well, no, he didn't see that. He saw a dragon shadow flying over King's Landing. So there's some scene where Daenerys will fly Drogon over King's Landing and maybe even make it to the Red Keep. I don't really think... I think the scales are going to tip. I don't think Cersei's going to have as much power as she does. I'm pretty sure it's going to be shot up like this. Like, we have to remember that the living just went through so much. They've already been shed on so much. Daenerys lost a dragon, and she lost Missandei, both insanely brutal ways. In episode 5, unless she loses her actual life, I can't really see her losing anything else. Like, I think Cersei's going to have that table flipped super quick. Damn, we're getting up to the break time on this. Holy shit. I'll hop back in the super chat real quick. Try to type questions, as many as you can in the chat, please. Let's see. We got one from Annie Castro05, and she says, I love these live videos. I like your channel and your voice, but seeing your face and your reactions is priceless. You're handsome. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Since you said I'm handsome, perhaps I will be more handsome when I let down my hair. And then I flip it back. No, I'm just kidding. See? You can't fill this guy's air. You can't fill this guy's head up with air. It's like, I just started acting like a jackass. But yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Alright, then we got one from Regana, and he or she says, Sansa and Cersei need to go to a cunt convention together. I don't really think Sansa was being that much of a jerk this episode. And I'm probably just being light on her because I always give Sansa so much shit. But yeah, no. Cersei can go fuck herself. Cersei needs to go jump off a damn bridge, bro. Like, no water beneath it. Fuck Cersei. Fuck Euron. You know what? I'm kind of saying it this way. Fuck Jaime, too. You had sex with a virgin, knowing she's a virgin, and then you just... I'm a terrible person. I'm gonna go fuck my sister. Come on, bro. Jaime, with the regression. You know what? I fucking called that, too. I did. I was like, no matter what happens, if Jaime survives that battle, he's going to regress and go back to Cersei. And guess what? Sure enough, that's what the fuck he did. And then oh, man, what the hell, dude? Like, all you had to do was stay in the north. All Daenerys had to do was stay in the north. But no, they want to rush back down south, take care of business, not even all half-cocked. Like, come on. That's crazy. Thank you for that super chat, Regana. Then we got one from Ashley Milner. Thank you for that, Ashley. And she says, I knew Arya would say no, but I'm sad. Also, Dany is going mad. I think everyone will die and the throne will be melted with dragon fire. At this point, if they were to do it fast enough in the final episode, because I know I'm going to be like this the whole fucking time, if they were to do it fast enough, I would be okay with that ending. As long as we got like Jon, Daenerys, or their child, or one dragon or something that will just be like a good, I don't know. That's crazy. I definitely don't think Dany's going mad. I think her mind state is becoming more and more unstable, which you could label that as mad, but I don't want to jump on the Mad Queen ship just because I've denied it so hard for like 2 years. Thank you for that super chat, Ashley. Then we got one from Joseph, and there's no... Oh, wait, no question. Thank you for that, Joseph. The message says, you my boy. You're my boy, Blue. We got one from Rare Tracks, and he or she says, how is she going to avoid the ballistas? You know what? There's a shot where Euron, and I was saying earlier, I think this is Euron's death, which I'm pretty sure it is. There's a shot where Euron has the ballista, and he's like looking up, and then there's like a break in the clouds, and you can't see shit. The way that he looks, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some massive coating of armor on the dragon. Dragonstone has been Dragonstone has been around for a while. Even before Aegon the Conqueror came over from Essos, even before Aegon conquered the Seven Kingdoms, Dragonstone was a Valyrian trading post, and it was owned by the Targaryens. So that castle has been in their family for a long fucking time. They've raised dragons there a whole bunch. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know I'm riding with this fucking theory until the very end, if there's some sort of army down there. Armor. Like a saddle that maybe covers up his chest plate so he can't get shot in the heart. Maybe he could wear a bigger dragon's skull over his head, so in case he were to get shot in the head, he's got some sort of extra protection. It blows my fucking mind. Everybody with their leather and all this, like, medium-style armor, it's insane to think that they wouldn't fucking put that on the dragon. One thing we have to realize, though, is that Drogon is a lot bigger than Rhaegal, so Drogon's hide is tougher than Rhaegal's. We saw Drogon, like, basically flex and knock away arrows. These bolts are way heavier, way bigger. I don't think he's going to be doing any knocking away of those. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how she's going to avoid the ballistas. My suggestion, don't fucking fly your dragon. Let your army do their job. Take the dragon in after your army has already wreaked havoc, and then go burn everything, you know? Fuck all those people in King's Landing, because I feel like some of them could do some potential harm to Daenerys when she's on the dragon. There's like this... God, I'm not going to fuck up my Targaryen history here, but basically in the history of the Dragon Pit, the last of the Targaryen dragons were somewhat mutilated by the citizens of King's Landing. Like, there's this dude who's in the streets. He basically whips everyone up into a frenzy, and he's like telling them, like, look, the Targaryens caused this, the Targaryens caused that. If you want to help destroy the Targaryens, let's go destroy their power. So he gets all the citizens of King's Landing together, and they march into the Dragon Pit and brutally start murdering. Goddamn, words. Brutally start murdering all the dragons that are in the Dragon Pit, and then one of them breaks free, burns a bunch of them, and then flies straight up towards the ceiling, and then brings the whole building down and kills everyone in it and all the dragons in there. So if there's a little bit of, like, relay on, that's actually canon for the show. It's not like something that they just sort of left out. There's like a little video of them talking about that when we first find out about the Dragon Pit from season 7. If something like that were to go down, maybe Daenerys is forced to land somewhere near the Dragon Pit or just somewhere outside King's Landing, and then the citizens come up and start fighting her. Cersei sort of hinted at that, so I don't know. Man, I'm all over the place in this live stream. Aisha Muhammad, thank you for that super chat. She says, I'm not mad at Sansa. The secret had to come out. Yeah, I guess. But I like how Jon said, promise me, and then she fucking runs it and babbles. He did the same thing. Apparently, you cannot tell Starks to lie, and you can't tell them to keep a secret, because they're not going to do either one of those. They're going to fuck up everything. Don't tell them shit. The less they know, the better. Oh, man. Then we got one from John Tavares, and he says, or Jean, and he says, do you think Dany will smarten up and throw some kind of armor or protection on Drogon? Thank you for that super chat, and I feel like I just answered that. I feel like that would be the wise thing, but also it's kind of like, I guess, unpractical because the dragons are so big, you know? So maybe it's just no one's really thought of that. I don't really know. It could be sort of like Jon and Daenerys' wedding where they want it to be a crazy reveal and like, you know, maybe Daenerys finds a saddle or something down in the depths of Dragonstone and that saddle has some sort of natural protection on it. I don't know. It's anyone's guess. I wouldn't necessarily call it smart enough, though. It could just be that it's just impractical. Because the way that the dragons look to us on screen could be not how they're trying to portray them. Maybe they're trying to portray them to be a lot larger. So it would be way harder to equip something with armor. And their scales are supposed to be like the armor anyway. So I don't know. Maybe these dragons just don't get armor. I have no idea. I feel like I say that all the time because I've watched so much fantasy that it's rare to see a dragon that goes into battle that doesn't have some sort of armor. So I don't know. And then I'm going to do one more super chat, and then I'm going to get out of cha. So we got one from Junior. Thank you for that, sir. And he or she, I guess I don't know if you're a sir. He or she says, the Arya Hound and Jaime questionables. Bronn loose in, 2 episodes left, so many questions. Who comes out on top, Cersei or Jon? I know that it will end... Oh, no, so they're saying English is their second language. I don't really know if Jon is even in the contention for trying to come out on top. He doesn't want the Iron Throne, so he's going to try to avoid bloodshed at all cost. If I had to choose between who's going to come out on top, Cersei or Daenerys, I'm going to obviously choose Daenerys. I don't know if it's a fair choice, though, to ask someone like me who's going to come out on top. I'm a big fan of Lena Headey. I fucking hate Cersei. I feel sorry for her sometimes. After this episode, she can shove it. I mean, Daenerys. I'm always gonna have to pick Daenerys. Always. If there's a choice between Emilia Clarke and running inside to save. No, I'm not even gonna say that. What the fuck? Why would I even say that? I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm always gonna choose Daenerys. Always. Always. I got one. I'll answer 2 more questions from the chat. One of them is from Aunt Jones, and he says, "Come on, man, who's the Prince of Dorne?" I don't know. You know, that's like after watching this episode, that's like the last thing on my fucking mind. I guess it should be because I need to be thinking about who her allies are gonna be. But I haven't started making episode 4 yet, or my episode 5 prediction breakdown video, and that's when I really start to go on like the shit in the episode. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine some like Sand Snake cousin, someone from Oberyn's line, someone from House Martell. I don't really think there was anyone left. Probably just some random character they're going to have show up. And then the last question that I will be taking is a spoiler. No, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Do you think Cersei already lost the baby? That's why she didn't give a shit if Dany burned King's Landing. No, as of right now, she still has that baby. There was I'm not even going to say this. I almost made it through the whole live stream without mentioning any leaks. I'll mention those in my video, and I'll give fair warning. I mean, I don't think she already lost the child. I think she's pregnant. Her reaction to when Tyrion said child, she immediately almost started crying and she had to look away. That you can't fake that emotion with Cersei anyway. I don't think she's lost the baby. But yeah. Alright, with that being said, please make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to reach 100,000 strong and I believe we can do this. Also, make sure you slap a like on this video. The like goal is going to be 4,420. Also, make sure you have your notifications turned on so that way you get alerted every single time I drop a video. Also, super special shout out to every single person watching right now, and a super special shout out to every single person who watches this video later when it is no longer live. And a special thank you to every single member of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHuntsReviews. I want to thank you all again so much for watching. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunts. Let me make sure I got this shit ready. Alright. Reviews.